Good afternoon, Carmen. How are you today?
I'm doing well, Danielle. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for asking. So we've chatted about a couple opportunities today, and I understand that you are currently working right now, and you do. Would you say it's like case manager type work?
Yes, it
Would
is.
you
I work for
clarify?
the Daytona Beach Housing Authority as a case manager. Um, I have about 250 clients that I manage and see on a day-to-day basis. So, mhm.
Okay, and so obviously you're handling very confidential information for these clients.
Yes, so I see everything. I have all of their personal data. I have
Mhm.
all of their payroll information that I keep confidential. Everything is kept in my office under lock and key, and nothing is ever discussed with anyone, even in the office.
Okay, wonderful.
Mhm.
Thank you very much for clarifying that. And I did want to point out that you have worked a few assignments for us in the past with
I have.
Randstad,
Mhm.
and the position that you have now, you were actually placed with Randstad. Was that about 4 years ago?
Yes, Danielle. So I started as a temp for the Housing
Hmm.
Authority through Ronstadt, which was ended up being a great fit. Um, the manager from there hired me on to do some assistant work for the team and for the department, which worked out really well. She saw my potential, and then she asked if I wanted to be an HCV specialist, which is a case manager. Of course, I said yes, and they sent me for my training, and I was able to pass the test, get my certificate and certification and documents I needed to become a caseworker. And I've been there for about 4 years now.
Okay,
Yep.
great. And can you tell me what professionalism means to you in the workplace? It's
So,
something we chatted about offline a little bit, so I'd love
yes, Danielle,
for
that's
you
true.
to talk about
Yes.
that a little bit.
So
Okay, so go
professional
ahead.
for me is just to be treated with respect, and just, taking into consideration the workload, the environment, being able to just go in and, speak to coworkers, have that just laid back environment while you're still, producing and getting your work done. And just to have a drama free environment, be able to go in, get your work done, chit chat with your coworkers, but keep everything professional and keep everything, on a business level, without being pulled into different things. And then for me, once you walk through the door, even if you have personal struggles going on or other things going on, once you clock in and walk through the door, then it's business. And then that's how it should be throughout the day. That's my
Sure.
opinion. Hmm.
Okay, wonderful. Great answer. So, oh, and you are bilingual, I
I am
understand?
bilingual. I'm Spanish. So, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, speaking, writing, you're good with both?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Hmm.
And then we did chat a little bit about this position being, a lot of phone work.
Hmm.
And I see in your past experience, you were a 911 operator.
Yes.
And oh my goodness, so that's probably, I know a little bit about that, and how stressful that can be.
Hmm.
So, can you tell me how you remained calm and kept composure in that type of work environment?
Okay, so first of all, even with Daytona Beach Housing, we have a lot of people calling. They're already upset to begin with, just like, when you get a 911 call, those aren't happy calls. Those are people in distress. They're upset. They're scared. So the thing is just for you to remain calm and not bring yourself to that level. Even if you have someone, yelling and screaming at you, you just have to keep yourself calm. You have to keep yourself thinking, okay, let me put myself in their shoes and try to understand why they're screaming and yelling, and just keep an even tone. And I find if you just keep repeating, if you're trying to get information from them, if you just keep repeating that question in a nice tone, you'll bring them down, and then they'll realize, oh, okay. And then you'll be able to communicate much better if you could just put yourself in their shoes and just get everyone, on the same level and same tone. That seems to work. And even with 911 dispatching, you just have to repeat the question and repeat it in a nice tone, and they'll eventually just come down and just answer your question. Then you're able to help them and get past all of that negativity and then forward. My old thing, when I get someone upset, I'm like, okay, I understand you're upset, but I'm here to help you. So if you could tell me what you need, I'm happy to assist. Let's get to
Mhm.
that point, and then I can help you, and then we can move further. So that's what I do. Mhm.
Sure. I'm sure that they do a lot of training when you
Yes.
become a 911 dispatcher. So that
Yes.
training is
Yeah.
probably invaluable that you have taken
It
on
is, and you
with
can.
your.
Yes, that's true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For sure. Okay. Well, that's all the questions I have for you for this
Okay.
part of the interview. So I'm
Okay.
going to stop this, but don't hang up because we got a few more things
Okay.
to chat about. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Carmen.
No problem.